Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. For the past 6 years, we've been telling the stories of women you may or may not know about, but definitely should. This month, we're bringing back our favorite Womanica episodes from across the back catalog. These are women across centuries and around the world who made their mark. With that, here's one of our favorite episodes. Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about women of science fiction. These women inspire us to imagine impossible worlds, alien creatures, and fantastical inventions, revealing our deepest fears and hopes for the future. Electronic moans and blips and beeps, buzzing tones and otherworldly echoes. These are the sounds of science fiction scores. But less than a century ago, they weren't so commonplace. Today we're talking about the woman who, alongside her husband, pioneered the electronic sound of sci-fi we know today. Please welcome Bebe Barron. Bebe was born Charlotte May Wind in Minneapolis, Minnesota on June 16, 1925. After she finished high school, she got a degree in music at the University of Minnesota. In 1947, she moved to New York City and continued to pursue an education in music composition. During this period, she met and married Louis Barron, a fellow musician who was interested in electronics. He gave her the nickname Bebe. The couple's creative partnership began with an unusual wedding gift, a tape recorder. By the late 1940s, these machines were still pretty rare. Bebe and Louis became fascinated with the newfangled device. They loved to record conversations with friends and parties in Greenwich Village avant-garde scene. And they got creative with manipulating the tapes, slowing them down, speeding them up, reversing them, and playing audio backwards. Then Louis read a book by MIT mathematician Norbert Wiener about cybernetics. That's the science of control and communications in both machines and living things. The book inspired Louis to build homemade electronic circuits with vacuum tubes. Then the couple got to experimenting. When they activated a circuit, it would come to life, displaying a unique pitch and rhythm. Bebe and Louis would then record those weird noises and loop the sounds or create echo effects. When Bebe talked about their process, she made it sound like their circuits were living organisms. In a later interview, she explained that they never really controlled their circuits' pitches. She said, quote, "Each circuit we built had lifespans of their own. I just can't stress that enough because that was always amazing to me. And once they died, we could never revive them." This was a time before synthesizers. The peculiar beeps and buzzes the Barron circuits produced were unlike anything people had heard before. Their New York apartment became their studio with piles of equipment and electronics. Bebe and Louis spent hours and hours honing this totally new way of making and combining sounds. It was Bebe's job to sort through all the recordings, all those raw tapes of odd sounds. She called it a terrible job. Bebe and Louis' pioneering electronic sounds also caught the attention of other artists. They worked on a year-long project with composer John Cage, culminating in an innovative electroacoustic work entitled Williams' Mix. Bebe and Louis also scored several experimental short films. Their big break really came in 1955. They wanted a chance to pitch their strange sonic brand to MGM executive producer Dory Sherry. So they chased him down at his wife's art exhibition and asked him to listen to their stuff. Impressed and intrigued, he decided to hire Louis and Bebe to work on an upcoming film with MGM. That movie, Forbidden Planet, became a foundational work of science fiction in Hollywood. It follows the tale of a spaceship crew that journeys from Earth to a strange planet to investigate why its people have gone radio silent. There are eerie landscapes, a hyper-advanced robot, and a hair-raising alien monster. Bebe and Louis' unearthly electronic score and sound effects complemented them perfectly. It was the first entirely electronic score used for a feature film in Hollywood history. A seemingly random ensemble of beeps and groans came together to convey the core emotions of the story. Bebe, in particular, had a special skill for translating the sound of their circuits into human feelings like fear and love. For the frightful monster's death scene, They used the sound of their best circuit going dark forever. Bebe said, "You can just hear it going through the agonies of death and winding down." When Forbidden Planet was released in 1956, critics and audiences praised Bebe and Louie's work. One critic lauded the, quote, "sounds which make the flesh creep with tension and the goose pimples jump with joy." But a dispute with the musicians' union, who didn't like the idea of a film scored without instruments, forced the couple to be credited for electronic tonalities instead of a score. They were also left off the film's Academy Award nominations. Bebe and Louie never scored a feature film again. The couple divorced in 1970 but continued to compose together. Bebe said the long hours their work required were, quote, "the thing that ended our marriage. So I want to issue a warning. Be careful when you collaborate." In 1984, Bebe helped found the Society for Electroacoustic Music in the United States. Years later, the organization presented her and Louie with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Louie died in 1989. For a while, Bebe stopped composing. But in the year 2000, she released one final project on her own. The work was called Mixed Emotions. Bebe said it felt like a continuation of the electronic scoring she and Louie did on Forbidden Planet decades earlier. Bebe passed away on April 20th, 2008. She was 82 years old. Thank you for listening to this best of episode of Womanica. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Join us tomorrow for another one of our favorite episodes. Talk to you then.